Namaste and welcome to the Essence of Knowledge weekly meeting. This meeting is a part of the Essence of Knowledge program, which is a free, online, and complete program for the seekers of knowledge. In this meeting, we try to discuss your questions. I try to help in your verification and practices, and we also conduct exams, which are part of the program. So all questions are most welcome, if any. Anurikta has a question. Ego identity is also an assumption of the mind. Am I right about this? I have observed this. It is a product of the mind, yes. You cannot say assumption because it is naturally present. We do not assume that there is an ego. There is an ego, although it is false. It is association with the objects such as body, mind, or processes, or thoughts, or emotions. It is wrong identification. So, yes, it is present there. It is a product of survival, needs of survival, and it is useful in survival, but it is not so useful in the path of knowledge. This becomes like an habit, wrong identification, and we need to do some practice to drop it. So it is useful in the world, useless in spirituality. The ego identity is replaced by awareness, which is another kind of identity, that I am the experiencer. And it is not a product of the mind. It is not an assumption. It is the truth. So identity itself is not bad. If it is associated with the truth, it is probably good. If it is associated with impermanent objects, probably it is not that good for a seeker. For ordinary people, it's all okay, it's fine, perfect. This is what is needed for their survival. Knowledge transcends survival. Truth is not to be found in the domain of ego, body, mind, world. It is exactly opposite of it. Or you can say, it is the background on which all these impermanent falls happens. So by assumption, probably you mean the mind believes it. Yes, probably it does not assume that I am body mind. It believes completely that there is nothing else. And this belief comes back again and again. So we need some practice to simply observe this is happening. And if it is regarding some worldly things, perfectly okay, let it happen. The problem is when the mind says knowledge is wrong, truth is something else. Truth is that whatever this mind is saying, believing, and that is the fall. That is how a seeker falls back in ignorance. So we need to do constant reminding. Whatever the mind says is totally its habit. What is the truth? Simply look. It is right now, right here. The truth is always here. It need not be believed. For example, when you go out in the daytime and look in the sky, you directly know there is sun, there is light. This is daytime. You don't need to assume, believe, or even prove it, find evidence for the day. No, it is right there. Same way, the truth is right now, right here. So the mind clouds it. That is your practice now, to uncover this truth again and again till you are established in the new habit of disidentification and identification with the truth of who you are. That is the essence of practice, awareness practice. Anurikta is asking, why did you decide to teach Tantra? Isn't it a risky path? Yes, it is very risky. And it is a long story that finally it was decided that will teach something. It is because that was my first path. As many of you know, any seeker, usually many of them, they start from occult because that is fascinating, that is approachable, and that promises that the seeker will get something, or it is entertaining, adventurous, and there are many like me who start there. Although they do not know it is occult, they do not know it is called Tantra, and they do not know what it is. They keep reading books, they keep watching videos, they keep practicing on their own. Sometimes they go and join some kind of guru who teaches all these things, or they join some cult where they practice something. Slowly, and the seeker starts seeing the greater reality. This is also progress. The seeker does not know that it is illusion. For them, it is reality. It is magical, but it is real. It happens really. So, because I have a long experience in this kind of seeking, I usually talk about these topics, the satsangs, in the videos, in my writings. And as you know, nobody is attracted to the path of knowledge, but there is a tremendous attraction for the occult. They think it is magic. It is actually, but they don't know what to do. So they keep coming to me and they keep asking these questions. And I know very well, first-hand experience, how risky it is, how dangerous it is. So I tried to answer all the questions, but when they became like a routine, every day somebody comes and asks the same question. So I decided to create one more program which tells you the basics of Tantra, what it is not, what should you do, what you should not do, how dangerous it is, what are the precautions, and what is the basic practice to progress on this path. Not simply meddle into it or not simply use it for entertainment or adventure. How to really progress. So that became the Tantra Bodhi program. And there is nothing risky there. The only risk is somebody stupid will join that program and harm themselves. That I try to avoid. That is why it is necessary to complete the Path of Knowledge program before joining that program. So those who are attracted to Tantra, they are given a path. Go and first study who you are, get the basic knowledge, the essential knowledge. After that, you can do it, but only some people will be able to do it. And of those who do the program, rarely anybody achieves anything. This is the side effect of making it safe, that it becomes useless also. So nothing is taught there which is not already available in books, in videos or on internet. There is only one or two important things. There are some things which are not available anywhere, but it is harmless. So I got the permission to teach it, half-hearted permission. And now it is simply a lucrative offer for seekers who want to know all these things, but that has a condition attached that you should know at least who you are. You should pass the exam. You should do some purification practices. You should do some service. Then I check whether that person is really capable of doing anything at all. And they are given entry into the program. Others are not. Especially those who have physical or mental issues. They are kept away from that for their own benefit. So she is asking what can go wrong in Tantra. Just like doing any kind of wrong practice is harmful, wrong tantric practices are also harmful. Just like going in an unknown place with unknown people can be harmful, like climbing a mountain or jumping into a river can be problematic. Same way, doing arbitrary practices in the name of tantric practices or occult practices can be harmful. Probably the safest path is the path of knowledge, where the only harm is you will remain ignorant. Nothing will be understood, nothing will be absorbed. The teachings remains words, bookish knowledge. No transformation happens. That is good enough. It's not harmful because the person stays what that person was. But tantric practices are very dangerous. What is the risk there? What can go wrong there is explained in a lot of detail in Tantra Bodhi. Actually, half of the program is exactly that. What can go wrong? Half of the program. It is very boring actually, where one after the other I keep telling you what is the risk in this, what is the risk in that. Why don't I tell you right now? I don't want to discourage people. I don't want to install fear in their hearts already, even before they decide to do anything, because making somebody afraid will stop their progress. So only those who can digest that kind of graphic language are given entry into that program, and they can then tolerate those things. They won't be afraid by whatever I tell them there, or they won't be repelled It's like training a soldier. You can tell the soldier beforehand, look, there will be bombs dropping on your head. There will be bullets. If you get captured, you will be tortured. These things can go wrong in a war. But if you tell these things to somebody who is totally unprepared, who does not even know how to hold a gun, then that person will panic. He will never join that army or he will never go to war. So that person is prepared. That person is motivated. That person is told to defend himself. And then the dangers of the war are told in detail. Although everybody knows it is dangerous, but the minute details are told that if you shout, yes, you will get the bullet. If you walk like this, you will be saved, and so on. You see, military training is given. Then that person gathers courage to go in the battlefield. Same way, if I start telling you what is bad in tantric fields, it will cause some kind of unconscious fear in your mind. That is not our purpose. So it is good to know only this much, that it is risky, yes, wrong practices are bad. Don't do it if you don't have a guru. Even if you have a guru, even if you are doing a valid practice, take precautions. Most of the Tantra is surgery on the mind, as you know. Why are you limited? Why don't you have godlike powers? Although you are God, you are divine. What happened to your powers? You have taken on the limitations of the human form. Now you need to remove those limitations. And the tantric method is time-tested, proven method. And removal of limitations is equal to achievements of powers. That is called siddhi. It is like surgery on the brain, mental surgery. What can go wrong? You can imagine. Although I've never seen any kind of death that happens during tantric practices. But I've seen people go mad. At least they become somewhat eccentric, abnormal. Because doing the surgery means opening the windows of the mind, and the harmful effects can come in the mind. So to prevent this kind of disaster, we do not tell everything in the program. I do not teach everything. It is general purpose, information and entertainment. It is an attempt to give seekers some training and directions before they get into serious practice of any kind. Now they have the foundation of the truth. They have the essential knowledge. Hopefully they have cultivated enough awareness and intelligence. Now the risk is minimized. Zero. It is like Tantra for babies. You can call the program Tantra Baby instead of Tantra Bodhi. Like the baby learns to talk and walk, eat, etc. Same way Tantra Bodhi is for babies. She is asking, Tantra is also to achieve higher consciousness. Yes, if you utilize it correctly for spiritual purposes, you can achieve the highest position. Just like I said, you are God, you forgot. It is possible, but it is a difficult path. The path of knowledge is easiest. Right now, right here, it can be shown that you are everything. You are the existence. It does not take any practice. This is the direct path. There is no need to do tantric practice to achieve the ultimate. You are already ultimate. That is needed mostly for fulfillment of desires and for evolution, spiritual evolution of this mind. Right now you can think of it as a mind, also called the causal body, the structure that is evolving. It is helpful in speeding up that evolution. But a good guru can take you to the ultimate through tantric paths. There is a specific kind of path called energy, path of energy, or kundalini. The whole purpose of it is to show you a glimpse of the ultimate. That is the tantric path. So yes, it totally depends on the guru and the seeker. And the risk is you can go opposite and fall very badly. It can become a hellish experience very quickly. And since this is less known, it is not so well known, at least for me, or I have seen people in the world, they know only 1% of what is available, knowledge. So if something goes wrong, nobody can fix it, really. It's permanent. The harm is permanent. That's why we don't use it for higher consciousness or whatever you want to call it. How to overcome fears, inhibitions, and insecurities. Fear will be called an impurity. So the first step is to go step by step. When you reach step number 6 of the program, which is about impurities, you will be given knowledge and techniques to get rid of all the impurities. Not only fear, anger, lust, jealousy, greed, many. There are many impurities in a human being. So probably that is not satisfactory for many people, that I keep sending them to the program. The program is whole and complete. Probably you don't know what is there in the program. Go and check. But in short, the first step is finding the cause. What is causing fear? Second step is removing the cause. And third step is not getting affected again, not falling in the fear again. It is just like treating any disease. When we say disease, it is an impurity in the body, isn't it? So what does the doctor do? Find the cause. Is it bad diet? Is it some poison? Is it microbe, virus? Cause. We remove the cause. That is the first step. And we also ensure that this does not happen again. So 3 steps. In short, I am telling you, there is a process. And everybody has their own typical problems. We try to solve them. So the important thing is how to prevent it. That is done by awareness. If you don't have awareness, the fear will come back. The anger, whatever is troubling you, will come back. Even the diseases, the bodily problems will come back. Because there is no awareness of what I am doing. So it sounds so easy that 3 steps, yes, awareness, I already have it, but it is not like that. Knowledge is easy. Probably awareness practice is a little bit difficult, but it is easy. But purification is difficult, especially because the seeker does not know that there is impurity. What is causing it? How to stop it? How to prevent it? So that is the job of the doctor, here guru. Sometimes the impurity is so bad that we don't even touch it because time cures everything. We wait for it. It can take many lifetimes sometimes. I am giving you a small example. Suppose there is a fear of living in poverty, let us say. Very common fear that I'll lose my job, I'm not earning, I'll not get money, I'll lose friends, I'll lose my relatives. Because relatives are there for some kind of selfish reason with you. If you're not useful, everybody leaves you. So this is some kind of insecurity. So check the cause. Probably you are not in a good job, so get a good job. I'm not getting any job. That means you don't have any skills. Get the skills. And so on. We find the cause, we treat the cause, and then we remain aware so that this situation does not happen. We do not become too lazy and earn enough, save enough money. So that cures the insecurity. And I've just given a simple example. There can be many kind of fears. So each will have its own treatment. How to find all these impurities and all? Step number 6. In fact, if you have impurities, they will prevent knowledge. Knowledge will not happen. Even if it happens, you will forget or you will assume something incorrect. This is the problem on the path of knowledge, that if the seeker is not ready, the knowledge never happens, or knowledge happens, and after 1 week or 1 month, they return to their impure state. So that is why this step is kept on in your program, because I saw this thing. What else do you have to do after the knowledge? There is nothing to do. You have achieved the highest. So optionally, you can do purification. I'm saying optionally because anyway, you are pure. This body mind is impure, and it is not a big thing because it dies in the end. You never die. You are eternal, pure experiencer. You are Brahman. So this purification is optional, and it is for the body mind, and you need to do it only if your life is impacted by these impurities negatively. If you are happy, if everybody is happy around you, there is no major issue in your life, then you can skip it. If you have a little bit fear of this or fear of that, but it's not affecting you completely, there is no need to purify. This body mind will disappear when its life ends. It has an expiry date. The impurities also expire. Nothing to worry. The important thing is to make the impression of the knowledge deeper, stronger than any impurity in the mind. For example, if the canvas is totally black, it's not a big deal. You don't need to scratch off the blackness. you can simply paint it over by white paint. Then the final picture is bright. It is beautiful. So if the final impression is of knowledge, of purity, of truth, of love, of intelligence, of awareness, then all these impurities, they burn away on their own, because as you know, everything is impermanent. It can take some time, but they go away. The light of knowledge is enough to destroy all those impurities. So it is optional. However, if they are troubling you, we do something about it. Nothing is guaranteed, but it is our duty to try. If it does not happen, accept and complete your life. Then I think, how is Tantra Gyan linked to spirituality? It is knowledge of the illusion, isn't it? When you know what is illusion, there is a chance that you will know the truth. Sometimes there are techniques and methods to remove all these impurities or to prepare the body-mind for knowledge or evolution. That is helpful. However, it is completely optional. You can do it directly, just like we do it on the path of knowledge. So it is a valid path in spirituality. However, it needs to be used correctly. Just like any other technology, Tantra means technology, system. So any technology can be used for benefit or for harm. When you use it for your benefit, you progress spiritually. So it is not necessary to know all these things. That is fortunate for us. There is no need to know all these things. There is no need to know the illusion, because the knowledge of the illusion is also illusion. Ultimately, as you know, there is no knowledge. Anurakta is saying, what can I do after completing this program to achieve higher consciousness with minimized risk? You are already highest. There is no risk in being highest. Try to see this, that you are highest right now. You cannot become the highest by doing something. You can know and remain in your pure state, the highest state, by undoing something. What is this undoing? Do not accumulate ignorance. Keep doing awareness practice. Remember the knowledge. Hopefully you already verified. There is no need to verify it again. Remain in the company of wise people, knowledgeable people, spiritual people. Do not go back in the darkness of the world. There are more things. One of them is service. Service is like a free pass. You don't need any practice. You don't need any purification. You don't need anything. If you are serving others, you will always remain in the remembrance that I am the highest. You cannot achieve highest. You already are highest. That is called the existence, Brahman. You are the whole. Is there anything higher than that? Nothing. So these methods are prescribed. These are all a part of your program, isn't it? Awareness practice, purification practice, knowledge dissemination, service. I know this works. This is the time-tested, very powerful method. She is saying, but higher realms of body-mind, they are called higher states of the mind. As you progress spiritually and don't fall back, it happens naturally. Remember, it is all natural. You are a divine being who has taken the human form, probably forgot, because it is entertaining to forget. Just like it is entertaining to forget that the movie is fake, that the movie is an illusion. If you think that the movie is real, the entertainment is 10 times. You are already that. You are remembering who you are. Now, if you don't fall back, there will be natural progress in the higher states. So, like she was asking, what is the use of Tantric Gyan here? Yes, it puts you directly in the higher state, also called the projected state, projected worlds. You can go to any world, you can go assume any body, you can take on any form, and you have vast amount of power to create anything. You are a creator by nature. You have created this world and this body and mind. The problem is you are a baby, so you forgot. Now the job of the guru is to remind you and take you back. Simply follow the instructions. It is not that the path of knowledge will not give you higher state. It will. Probably it will give you faster than any other path, because there is no darkness here. You already know what you are, so it becomes easy to reach the highest. The difficulty in achieving higher state is disbelief that there is such a thing. Believing that I am a robot, body-mind. My thoughts are me. This body is me. This world, physical world, is the final truth. These beliefs will stop you from getting the higher states of mind. And on the path of knowledge, all these beliefs are destroyed completely with evidence. Now it should become easy for everybody. So, Tantra Bodhi is an attempt to take you to the higher states directly. And high speed means greater danger. And so, not everybody is given these states directly. Only those who are made for this. Sometimes I recognize them simply by talking to them. Sometimes they announce them. I'm ready. Sometimes chance is taken. Okay, do this program. Check whether you are getting these states or not. And if there is no progress, nothing more is told. So how much time it will take? It takes many lifetimes to go to the higher states. Many lifetimes. And without knowledge, it will take 1,000 times longer. With knowledge, the basic knowledge that you are receiving here in the program, it won't take that long. Many scriptures claim that this will be your final birth as a human being. Many scriptures claim that once you get self-realization, it is the final. But I doubt this thing. Probably it is final for some people, some seekers, because the knowledge makes such a big impact on their memory that the memory never manifests in the lower worlds, lower forms. From spiritual perspective, Earth is a lower world and human body is a lower form because it is so limited and momentary, so temporary. It is not desirable to be here for long. So as soon as they get knowledge, they disappear from here. So this is the claim of the scriptures. It can happen in one lifetime, but doubtful given this kind of life, our dark life, dark world, dark ages, highly doubtful. But one thing is sure, that this is the beginning. Seed of knowledge is the beginning for higher possibilities. Without this, there is no possibility at all. Those who got the essential knowledge, at least a glimpse of it, they are very fortunate. You are one in a billion. Remember, nobody has this kind of knowledge. They are given this knowledge, but they cannot get it. Just like you cannot fill a broken pot with water. It leaks out. You cannot fill a person without any qualities with knowledge. They will not retain the knowledge. They will fall back in ignorance. Or they will simply insult the guru and knowledge. It is all joke. It is all superstition. They are unable to see the evidence. They don't even like spirituality. So how fortunate you are. Think about this thing. And do not worry about the future. Remember, there is no future, just like there is no past. The future is what you want it to be. Tell me, what do you want? Desires of a seeker have a lot of weight. They are fulfilled at any cost. Whatever you will desire will happen. The only problem is we don't know when it will happen. State your desires. If you have the knowledge, if you are sure that you are the highest, you are a divine being, you are the light, why can't your desires be fulfilled in the human form also? Yes, they can be. Don't be ashamed of that. Don't think that I should not desire anything now. Do whatever you want. But do not have impractical hopes. We will never know when this will manifest. What we know, it is 100% sure that it will happen. We can do some things to make it happen quickly. That is the tantric path. It's beyond path of knowledge. What can go wrong in manifesting desires? The only thing that can go wrong is loss of knowledge. The seeker becomes the obstacle that can go wrong. There is no real obstacle on your path. There is no power in this universe that can stop your progress. The only obstacle is the seeker himself or herself. Their ignorance, their beliefs, their impurities, not having these goals. Their goals are worldly. They are satisfied with less, and so on, you see. There are more things I don't want to tell you because you will be scared of these things because everybody has them. And probably the biggest hurdle is karmic bonds. What is this thing, karmic bond? They are the biggest hurdles, but let's not discuss it right now. These all fall in the category of Tantra. So do not underestimate yourself, especially those who have knowledge. You have the highest potential. And Rikta is saying you must have achieved higher consciousness years ago. Just like I said, you cannot achieve it. You are already the highest. You forgot it. So I remember it few years ago. That's all happened. The achievement is negative here. Dropping, clearing, cleaning. And it continues, you see. This is what is called evolution. We know only up to the human level. What is the final cleaning? What is the final dropping? The body. As long as this physical body is here, you cannot call it an achievement. It is a failure. From the spiritual perspective, that's why I don't, use these words and do not discuss this thing openly, because people get scared or they will start hating their bodies, which is even worse, like you said, what can go wrong? Yes, these things can go wrong. So when finally the body is, you cross over, you can say, yes, that is an achievement. That is some kind of higher state for a seeker. When will this happen? Nobody knows. Will this happen? Yes, 100% sure. This is 100% because this is how the natural progress happens. How do we know all these things? On the path of knowledge, we know that when you are the highest, obviously you will become the highest. All these hurdles will be gone and you will see clearest view, whatever you call highest. Actually, there is nothing highest, nothing lowest. This is also human ignorance. This is also a blind belief that this form is lower, that form is higher. It is not like this. But for practical purposes, because we have this desire for something else, we classify it like this. This is higher, this is lower. Okay, fine. This is like a play. So if it is play, will it not happen? Yes, this is how play happens. Like you plant a mango seed. Eventually it will grow up. After 10 years, the fruit will come. It is destined to be like this. Now there will be hurdles, like there will be lack of water, there will be animals who will eat it, the tree, and there will be infertile ground and so on. You see, these are the hurdles. But once you clear these hurdles, when you take care of that plant, it is destined to become a mango tree, and thousands of mangoes it will give in its lifetime. Same way, a seeker is like a tree. They are destined to become the highest. When? There is no timetable. That is the, you can say, divine plan. It will happen in a playful way. The destination is set, but the route is not. You are free to take any path. And the more difficult the path is, the faster it is. So I know the tantric path is most difficult, but it is fastest. Path of knowledge, it will give you the overall view, like a map, Google map. You are here, the destination is there. Look, this is the path. You are already home. You are playing like this. So it clears the fog. Now you can proceed. It is destined for everybody, every creature in the universe. But a seeker is in a hurry. A seeker does not like to stay at one place for long. So they invent all these techniques and paths and they do something to progress faster. So you can call it achievement. But from my point of view, I achieved nothing. But I came to know that this is a play. Now I am also playing. I am also adding more spice in the play. More action, more adventure, more entertainment, more romance. Because that film will become hit, isn't it? A lot of spice. That is what we all are doing. We are playing. And in this play, somehow we forgot that we are playing and we are the highest. It is not many. It is one. That's what I mean by we. You are also that. Those who are on the path should not worry. Exactly that is happening, which must happen. Enjoy the play. Enjoy the ride. You have a driver now, the guru. The driver is like a compass. As soon as you go somewhere else, instead of up, higher and higher, the guru comes, intervenes and shows you the compass. Look, this is the right direction. You are going in the wrong direction. So every birth you take, the guru appears there. This is the guru contract, the guru-disciple relationship, which never breaks. If you are on a path, not only you are destined for the highest, you will be given all kind of help. Although fully knowing that it is simply a desire, there is nothing higher, nothing lower. It is your desire. Somehow you got this desire. We don't know how. Whatever is happening is already perfect. But just like I said, When a seeker desires something, the whole universe comes for help. Why don't I see anybody? That is the problem, you see. Ignorance is the problem. Forgetting is the problem. So know this much. Everything will happen automatically. It will happen in the most beautiful way, in the way that we cannot even imagine, because our intelligence and experience is tiny, very small. Whatever the nature does is really big, is really exciting. So this is the biggest play. You are a player now. Start playing. Start your journey. So hopefully, and this much motivation is good enough for everybody. And I don't see any questions on the path of knowledge or program now. So we can end today's satsang. Keep progressing, and I'll see you in the next meeting. Thank you everybody for attending today's meeting. Namaste.